So today, I'd like to talk about comprehension. Comprehension among athletes, among parents, among cheerleaders, among anybody really, is a really important thing. It's how you understand the world, it's how you understand what you're supposed to be doing. It's really a building block of anybody and everybody's success. So when it comes to tumbling, comprehension plays a huge role in being able to pass information from coach to athlete. If an athlete does not comprehend what a coach is saying, then most likely something's going to go wrong. So I think I can break down comprehension as far as tumbling goes into three different sections. It would be awareness, interpretation, and perception. Now, when it comes to awareness, the questions that I like to ask the athlete, or questions I like to ask of myself as a coach, is does the athlete know what the goal is? Whether it be a back walkover, back handspring, tuck, double full, layout, whatever the case may be. Do they know what the goal is, what they are trying to achieve? And also, do they know what they are missing? As in, do they know what part they need to improve? Do they need to make themselves stronger physically? Do they need to make themselves stronger mentally? Do they need to make a particular drill incorporated more into that pass, or whatever that thing is that they're missing? So when it comes to dealing with awareness, I generally like to start off by asking a couple questions, as in, do you know what you are trying to achieve here? Can you imagine yourself being successful in the skill, whatever it may be? If it's a back handspring, do you know what the goal is to make your back handspring strong? Do you know what the goal is to make your back handspring successful? And if I have had the opportunity to work with this athlete once before, twice before, or even multiple times before, then the follow-up question is, through our sessions, do you know the thing that we've been working on to improve, the thing that we've been trying to make better, what we're missing? And once we've gotten through that part, then we can generally move on to warm-ups and drills, addressing the parts that they're missing, addressing the understanding or the comprehension that they happen to be lacking. Now, once we've made the athlete aware of themselves or the pieces missing or the comprehension they're lacking, next comes the interpretation. Are they interpreting the words or the senses or the goals that you are trying to give them, that you are hoping that they will achieve? Because we want to make sure that whatever sentences or structures or words or terminology that you know or that you're trying to pass off to the athlete, that they understand what you're trying to say and they can interpret what you're saying into actual movements that will help them get better. One thing I always like to do is after I'm explaining, after I've done setting up drills and we're going through the drills, I like to ask what is the purpose or what is the point of the drills that we've set up, so they can repeat to me or tell me how they have interpreted the things that I've said to them. If there are any misunderstandings with interpretation, that's a great time to have a conversation with the athlete and let them know, hey, this is what we're working on, this is why we're working on it, and here's the goal, here's what we're hoping to achieve from this particular drill or this particular skill. And after interpretation, then we move on to the perception. When an athlete does a skill, any movement, whether they're doing conditioning, whether they're doing a drill to help them improve on a particular skill, or they're doing any skill, whether it's back handspring tucks, layouts, or they're just doing snap downs or candlesticks or anything that they are working on in class. We want to make sure that their perception is accurate. If they think that they're doing something correct, yet they're actually doing an incorrect movement, we want to make sure that we make the athletes aware of themselves, interpret your words differently, and then change their perception of what they're doing. Now, along with changing their perception, what we're also looking for is, can the athlete perceive the movements that they're doing? Can they perceive an incorrect movement? Can they perceive an improved movement? And can they perceive the correct movement that they're supposed to be making? I believe after we've gone through all these steps of awareness, interpretation, and perception, then generally success follows, because we've covered the athlete with comprehension And if an athlete can comprehend the things that they're supposed to do with proper motivation, they'll definitely achieve it. It's just a matter of doing. Now, I don't think that this completely covers every single aspect of comprehension. However, I hope that maybe this little piece helps somebody out there. Thanks for tuning in. Steps of awareness.